Mass spectrometry is becoming more sensitive, right? So it's able to achieve the lower levels that the regulations have or guidelines. So the other evolution in mass spectrometry is more robust instrumentation to deal with the more complex matrices. So what we're seeing particularly in Europe is with the PFAS and food guidelines, right? Food is a very complex but also very diverse matrix. So the ability to have a robust mass spectrometer that can withstand lots of abuse from the dirty matrices is essential for a high throughput lab. So maintaining that trace level sensitivity that's required to meet the regulations for even longer without extensive maintenance or cleaning. So the main challenge really is retention, but then also background. So dealing first with retention, these are very, very polar compounds, don't retain well on traditional LC, reverse phase LC columns. There's a lot of effort that is needed to get good methods, but then also are compatible with the longer chain compounds, right? Customers don't want unique solutions for different sets of PFAS. So that's the challenge in terms of getting good retention. The other challenge is background. So we hear that PFAS are everywhere. This is especially true for the ultra short chain compounds, such as trifluoroacetic acid. So the challenge is using a delay column to separate out what could be coming from the instrument background or the mobile phase. And again, because these are very polar compounds, getting sufficient chromatographic separation is quite challenging, right? And so it does require a unique and innovative approach to it. Our method to develop the robust and reproducible method for the ultra short chain compound in aqueous samples did require close collaboration with our partners at Phenomenex, right, who are the experts in chromatography. So because the compounds are so polar, don't retain well on traditional reverse phase columns, we worked very closely with them to develop a good chromatography solution. In addition, we've worked with other customers in the field who have practiced and validated this method in-house to ensure that not only it works well in our SCIEX labs, but works well in customers' hands. On another side, we've worked with customers who are working on the next generation of EPA PFAS methods, which potentially will be rolling out by the end of the year. Over in Europe, we've worked with customers because Europe is looking to reduce their surface water regulations, which will require methods with much lower detection limits. Some of the innovations that we've been looking at in terms of food analysis, work done in the scientific community has shown that there's a lot of endogenous interferences for PFAS in food. And the issue is that the more you look and the more different foods you look at, the more interferences you find, and they're not predictable. So what we've done is we've worked with high resolution. Ideally, you could come up with a sample prep method which would get rid of the interference while keeping your PFAS. But the problem is, as this list of interferences grows, first of all, we don't know what surprises will be out there. And also, it's tough to develop a universal method for every single interference. So what we've started doing is using high resolution mass spectrometry. So rather than kind of resolving them with sample prep, we're using the instrument to mass resolve the interferences. So that's become particularly effective. And that's also important because the regulated levels for food in the EU and the guidance from the AOAC, these levels are in some cases down in the low parts per trillion. So any kind of endogenous interference will impact your detection limits.